Hey guys, this is Steven again, and I am so sorry I have not been uploading in a while. Um, the reason why is my controller broke and I really can't do my emulation on my PS2 because no controller means no emulation. But I can play a little bit of Car Simulator 2018. Now, let me talk about what I'm using right here. I do not condone cheating online. Now, if you're playing a game and you're not going up against anybody and it's offline and stuff like that, and you've already played the game maybe once and, beat it or whatever, and you've really, done all the stuff you wanted to do, then go right ahead. Hold on one second, guys. Be right back. Sorry about that. I had to turn my air conditioner on. But, like, if, for an example, if I was playing, CSGO, I would not be using any kind of cheat code or anything. And, I mean, here's the thing. If you cheat online, you do not really win. The person in second place is really the winner. And the guy that's in third is actually in second. I did not talk right there because of that music right there. Well, y'all could hear me a little bit better. I just had to try to talk over that music. Now, the reason I took out my face cam right here in the corner is I want y'all to be able to see the game and stuff like that and not see my face right here. But if y'all want to start seeing my face when I play games, please put it in the comments below. That would help me out. Now, I already went over how I read stuff in my video before this one when I was fixing a guy's laptop. I cannot read, but I got a program that helps me read on my computer. Now we just hit that, and we are recording, and then I just hit 1, 2, and that turns on where I don't lose any money and stuff like that. Okay, what we are working on right here, hold on, it's lagging, is a Supra. From, like the car from Fast and the Furious? Yes, same kind of car, Supra. Let's start getting some stuff out of here. And I really do not work on cars. I've actually... But I would like to learn how to work on vehicles. My dad teach me. But, so... If there's any other kind of games y'all would really want me to try to play, I really do want to try to pick up Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 1. Now, the reason why I haven't picked those up when they first came out is there are a lot of money still, and I really don't have a whole lot. And who does, really, right now? I mean, with this virus going on. But I figured, why shouldn't I start making videos with it going on? Because a lot of people are stuck indoors, and... But enough about that virus. I do pray that everybody is okay that has been affected by that virus. If a loved one is sick, I hope they do get better. So, and if there is, like I said, by the way, this motor is not going to be used. We're just going to junk it. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, once we get this motor out, we will start working on... Oh my god. Don't tell me I gotta sit this thing down to get that out. I promise you, if I gotta sit this back down to get this motor, well, or, wait. Yeah, you gotta pull the transmission to get the motor out. And I don't get that. I've seen it on a lot of car shows that you don't have to, you can pull the motor and the transmission out together. But they won't let you do it on here. And that's another thing. I hope they do make a Car Simulator 2020, or even, because I do actually like this game. Once I figured out how you could do motor swaps and stuff like that, I started like, oh yeah, like putting a V8 inside of a Miata, or swapping or making a little supercar from the junkyard. Now that was some fun. At the end of this, if y'all want me to, what I would do is basically, we are going to do this complete car in this video, so it will be kind of long. Let me go over here and grab it. Pull it. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and put our... See, that's one reason why I'm going to do this motor in this car, because of what it said right there. It's like supposed to be like more power or whatever with that number by it. Then what I usually do is I come in here, is I will actually get a part and just throw something on the motor, like an alternator, like this, because it'll make it actually a whole lot easier. Because if you didn't do something like this, you'd have to go on this one thing and figure out what motor it is, and stuff like that. Now, what I can do is just come over here, go right up. See, that's what I'm talking about. You'd have to come in here, figure out what motor it is. But now that I did that, put that alternator on there, I can just go into that and put that on there. Now, we're going to work on the body first, and then we're going to get them... You know what? We're not going to do everything for this car right now. I want y'all to put down in the comments, if nobody watches this video, then I'm going to build the car how I want to build it, but put down in the comments what kind of car y'all want this to be. Do y'all want it to be a street racing car? Wait, I don't have the paint shop anymore. Ah! I forgot. I just re-downloaded the game. Sorry about that, I forgot I don't have my paint shop anymore. But we can still make it pretty nice with just putting some... You know what? No. I'll show you what I can make a car look like. And then y'all tell me if it's bad or good. We're going to change that up since I ain't got a paint shop. Now all this will be replaced underneath here, brand new parts. Or if I can fix it up over there, it will be put back on the car, like this frame or any other part. I remember when I saw the first Fast and Furious movie, Paul Walker and that Mitsubishi Eclipse, man, we really did lose somebody that was good to the franchise, to that show. And it wasn't just that. I mean, that was my favorite person in that movie. Paul Walker was. And that Mitsubishi Eclipse, that was my #1 favorite car. I know a lot of people like the Supra and stuff like that, but my order, Mitsubishi Eclipse, then it goes the Supra, then the Skyline. Those are my top 3. And if you want to have a top, if you want to know what my 4th one is, it would be his, Challenger. You're going, why are you putting the Challenger on the iconic car at the bottom of the list? Well, I really couldn't get a good idea of how it looked and stuff because of how little time it had on film or camera. I mean, yes, it had a big blower sticking out of it. I was about to say supercharger, but it was a blower, not a supercharger. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is X out and save. This is how I do this. This is one of the tricks that I do. As you can see, I just X'd out and saved it. Now, why did I do that? Because, say I go over here and I fix a part, and it can't, you know, it breaks it instead. Well, I just saved it, and all I gotta do is just X back out without saving it, which is the second one on the screen. Here, I'll show you. Let's go. Is this one right here. Hit that, and it won't save. Now what I can do is come over here. That I'm not going to worry about, because we're going to put some upgraded ones on there. That could be a good sell right there of the motor. Here you go. Everybody, please cross your fingers that this. Oh, yay! We got that one all, the front end all fixed up. See, like how he's fixed a lot of it. If he don't break nothing big, like it cost me a lot of money. And this is why I took that off. One, to fix that one and not have to buy a whole nother one to put on the top of this motor right over here. Saves me money. Not that I have to worry about that, but if any of y'all are into building cars, working on them and stuff, I do watch a few people on YouTube. I don't know if they'd feel comfortable me shouting out their YouTube names or whatnot. And so, you know what I mean? So, but they have some nice cars. Like this one I like to watch, he has a, it ain't the 350Z or the 280, it's this other one. I cannot remember what he called it. But it's red and it's really nice. Oh my goodness. And he actually went to that car show. What was it? Cena. That's it, Cena. If he ever comes across this video, and he'll probably know who I'm talking about, because he went to Cena. It's a red Z, and he is one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. Why am I, talking about another YouTuber? Well, it kind of he basically started out from almost nothing. He was working in his parents' garage, and it just shows you that with a little bit of determination and not giving up, how far you could get. That is why I was saying stuff about his YouTube channel. That's why it's one of my favorites. Right there. Two of those. I think I have some of those, but I'm not for sure. So. But oh, and yes, I do actually have a headphone review coming up, since my old headphones actually broke on me. Now, these headphones I had that did break on me, I actually had them for 4 years, so that was pretty good long time, actually. 4 years on headphones. Now, I'm going to show you what these are, and now, I got these headphones, I bought them from a pawn shop used, and they were actually a pretty good price, because I looked them up on the Amazon and saw what they went for and what I paid. I got a good deal, I think, on them. Because the headband on the headphones was not that bad, and the ear cups were barely weared in and stuff. I ain't saying go to a pawn shop and buy you a gaming PC. If you're gonna buy a gaming PC, I'm gonna tell you this: do the research on when you first look for a pre-built. Then what you do as if it's a brand new one. Go look up those parts on Amazon, stuff like that, put them in your cart, and then see what the total comes up to, and then see how much extra you're paying for. If it's something like $300 extra, I mean, and then do research also on that pre-built you want to buy. Did anybody have any problems with them? Did they overheat? Was the CPU junk on them? You know what I mean? Listen, a lot of people are pretty soon going to be in lockdown. That is why I'm grateful for having the gaming PC already built, and how I built mine was piece by piece. We're moving to the back end to the car now. The first thing I did, motherboard and CPU. We used everything from my old computer. Then, hold on, sorry about that, my throat's dry. After I reused my graphics card and my power supply, everything, my case. Then what I did was I bought a case for my old gaming PC. And basically, we did not buy that one straight out. We got it from a magazine. I'm not saying what magazine because it was way overpriced. And it did give us a whole lot of trouble. I will say the company, though, Cyber Power PCs. I don't know if they were in charge of what they sent them, or this place actually told them specifically how they wanted them. But what I did was I was at first watching movies and everything on my new one, stuff like that. And it became a hassle because my, basically, when I would watch a movie or like anything like that, sometimes something would happen, like I'd get a virus or something. So what I did was the only thing I had to get was a case and RAM for my other PC to work again. It was Intel, it had internal graphics. I was okay with that. It had one HDMI and one VGA port. HDMI went up to my TV, VGA to my monitor. And now it has its old graphics card back in it. It's a 950 graphics card. Now overclocked it. And I don't really see anybody like reviewing a 950 graphics card, like what they can do in 2020. I mean, what that one can do and what games it can play, it's pretty actually surprising to me, because it can, you know what, I might do a video on that. What kind of games can a 950 graphics card play in 2020? Because that was basically the low end of the 9 series graphics cards, just like the 1650 is and the 1050 was for those. But here's another thing. I'm also into RC. You will also start seeing RC videos coming out on here, stuff like that. If you don't know what RC cars are, look up RC cars, a Traxxas. Look up like Traxxas, Losi. Those are brand names. If you just want to start out with an RC car, go with the 10th scale. The parts are pretty cheap on those. And if you just want something for the house, like, you know, a basher, the best company I think is for bashers is Traxxas. They have the best bashers, I think. Because I got a Traxxas Rustler, and then I got a Traxxas T-Max Nitro. And those things were fun. My dad couldn't even drive the monster truck. Nitro one, not because it was fast. Hold on. Yeah, that's about right. See, when I first my last one was a low C8 nitro dim buggy, and I bought that thing when I was 8 years old. Just to think about how long ago that is, it makes me feel old. Well, I'm only 20 something, but I had fun. But it's just that we didn't have the money really for them, and I just put them up in my closet, and they sat there for a while. I'm still surprised that they make parts for my Traxxas Rustler, and I'm starting to bring them back out. Now here's the thing: if y'all don't like it all being on one channel, I really do want to put it all on one channel because I want to try to bring people from it's into computers into that, and vice versa. People that are in the RC, bring them over to gaming PCs, because here's the thing: when it is cold outside, you cannot be running an RC car. It is too cold. I'm not gonna go out there and freeze my you know what off just to, you know what I mean, because it's really really cold. And but if you go inside, like in the heat, or if it's like you don't need any heat, think you can play some gaming. I mean, come on, you can switch your channel out from that to this if you wanted to. Like, you know what I mean? Like in the summertime, we're gonna do this, in the winter, this. And that's how I think I'm gonna do it. It's basically, we are gonna still do computer stuff, don't get me wrong. But we're gonna do some more C stuff in the summer. I still gotta get that stuff going. I bought a blushless speed controller, but I need a motor. I thought I had one. Turns out that thing was burnt up. Uh, if I saw my younger self, what I wouldn't do to want to knock some sense into him. Okay, I know I've said this in the past, but I had a thing called autism. I didn't really have patience. I stressed my mom and my dad way out. And when I look back at how I acted, it makes me upset. But here's another thing. I was also picked on at school. My very first school, it was bad. And then when I moved, it was like a fresher breath air. I wasn't really picked on as much. And when I moved, a teacher really did help me. And she actually went, when I transferred over to the high school, she transferred too. And here's the thing. She is now in the army, and I really don't want to say her name because, you know, people going from the army might want to do something else. It's, you know what I mean? Like CIA or FBI, stuff like that. But she really did help me, and if she ever comes across this video, I hope she knows that I'm talking about her, because when I went there, I was so scared. It was like I was a turtle inside my shell. And that's another thing. Why I'm so huge in the gaming is it basically saved me, really. For that few minutes or less, I was in another place. I was not there. You know what I mean? Had to worry about all my problems, going to school, getting picked on, getting called. People were saying that that I'd be better off dead because that I wouldn't be any more stress to my parents. That that school was just right out. I mean, I wish I could say the name of it, but I don't want them to give me. I don't want them to say that they can sue me or whatever, and then go through that. But if you know who I am and you recognize me and you are one of those bullies, I'm still alive. Your words left scars, but but they also made me stronger. I'm sorry, I had to get that out of the way. If any of y'all are being bullied at school, I know what people say, stitches get, you know, snitches get stitches. No, 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 no. Don't do that. The best way to do it is this. Tell your mom to get a camera. Ask your mom why you want a little camera like that. Tell her you're getting picked on. Tell her you want to get them on camera picking you. Then what you do is you tell the school, don't tell them about the footage, and if they don't do nothing because they're a cheerleader, or like because they're on the football team, then what you do is you put that footage out, and then you tell them why you're doing it and why the school didn't do nothing. Why am I saying to do this? Because people were not treated fairly. Just because you are on the football team does not mean you should be able to do whatever you want at school. And I'm not saying all people on the football team were bad or anything like that. But what I am saying is some of them are. And some of them might, and I'm hoping some of them got a rude wake-up call when they got to life. But and that's another thing. I wanted to bring a little bit more of attention to like people with autism or any kind of disability like this. God made us this way for a reason. And I hope one day I figure out why he made me this way. That's gonna be one of the first questions I ask him when I see him. Why was I born that way? Was it because... You know what I mean? And if somebody says God does not, if some people don't believe in God, I ask them, look around you. How can you not believe in him? There are miracles that happen almost every day. Take about what happened to a town that was near me. It got hit by well, I'm not going to say, it got hit by a tornado. And because of this virus, a few people were hurt. But, oh my goodness, I can do the spray paint now. Sweet. That was pretty cool, actually. Sweet. Now we got my spray paint booth. Okay. But because of that, nobody was hurt. And that's a miracle in my eyes. Nobody was killed. That's what I'm trying to say. And I hope someday people can stop worrying about what people think of them and worry about... Because here's the thing. So many people give in to, like, when I was in school, now that I know what it is, basically, I saw a lot of people like start chanting somebody on, and they'd given me this, I guess they call it peer pressure now. If you have friends that's wanting you to pick on somebody, they're telling you if you don't, you ain't gonna be our friend anymore. That's not a real friend. A real friend is somebody who will stick by you and help you out and tell you right to your face the truth. And that's what I had that's what I had in school. I had 3 good friends, and they weren't afraid to tell me the truth. One of them was good at One of them was into wrestling. I don't know if he still is or is not. But, and he was also into game. He had like a Wii, and then he had the PS3, and now he has a PlayStation 4. And he also has the Switch, which is cool too. And I really would like to get a Switch, but like I said, money issues. Like, who doesn't ought to have money issues? Money issues are going to be a common thing, but money does not bring happiness. I am probably going to finish this car in this video because I know it might be a pretty long video, but if y'all want to, you know, y'all don't have to watch it all at once. Y'all can just watch it, some of it there, some of it there. Okay, what's lower? Down, get that. Wait, I gotta take that. Oh, wait, no, I gotta take this radiator out first. I gotta take that out. Oof, that's a rusted out radiator. And now I have to take that out, which... But what I'm trying to say is this. If you're bullying somebody because of how they look or how they act, you don't know what's going on in their life. They could be going through something. Okay, now let's start working on this motor. The reason I'm not going to put the motor in that is that way you can actually see all the way around when I put these parts on. I'm going to need that. I'm probably going to need the crank shaft right there as well. No, I got one. Sweet. But engine. And here's another thing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That goes for adults too. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to ask for help. I think that's what I need, but I don't think so. Nope, I think so. Right there it is. It's right next to it. Well, that does kind of look like it, but it don't. Alright, I see the number now. I couldn't see no number, how clear it is. Alright, one little tip real quick. If you are going to do another one of these right here, if you're going to have numbers like B16, try putting them in like a different color, like blue, or make it to where we can change them like different colors to like what we like better. Because I might think blue shows up better, but somebody else might think yellow does, or orange, or green. But like I was saying, that's it right there. I know, I got that first one on. There we go, and wait. Sure it was blue. Nope. I do have, well, I guess there could be different sizes of filters and stuff. But it would have been more cooler if you could, like, pick your own color of oil filter. And what would also be cool is if you could paint your motor. Like, paint the block like they do. Because I see people spray paint their blocks all the time. Or, like, really paint them and make them look nice. And here's another good one. If you could paint the engine bay of your car. Like, you know, where the engine goes and stuff. That would be cool. But, like, but... I might need, which one do I don't really know which one this I need, but I do know I need, I'm drawing a blank right now. I know what they are, but I can't remember the name of them. These right here. I think it's a 6-cylinder. And you're probably wondering why am I doing this 6? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, yeah, 6. I got making sure I was right. Well, and here's another thing. If y'all haven't noticed, there's actually an engine missing from here. Where are the 2 J's and the 1 J? Come on, people who made this game. You should put, I mean, I'm serious. I would love to have done a 2 J swap with this car. And, I mean, and here's another thing. What they also need to do is make it online. Make it to where you can build a car. But, and I wish I could make my own games and stuff, but I could only come up with the idea of the game. I couldn't, like, do the programming side of it and stuff. I know a little bit about programming, but not enough to build a game. And then the, like, you know, like, drawing this stuff and like that, I'm a horrible artist. But my sister's really good. Hey sis, if you ever come across this video, it's me, Steven. She is somewhere. She is somewhere in Chicago. I ain't gonna tell y'all what she really, you know what I mean? It's near Chicago, that's all I'm giving y'all. But, and here's another thing. My sister stuck up for me and I didn't even know it. And sometimes I've treated her badly. And I do kick myself in the butt for that. And I am sorry. And that's another thing. These videos are really kind of like therapy almost. Like, I had therapy, but they really didn't. I felt like they just mostly cared about keeping me at that school than helping me. Well, I got quiet. I'm trying to find the part right there. It is. Like I said, those numbers, they're hard to see. Oh yeah. If I could ever do a build on a car, it wouldn't be any kind of car. It would not be what you think it would be. Some reason, I love the Mitsubishi Eclipse. I would love to do a build on a car. I'd love to find one, but they're rare and they're expensive now. But I would love to start fixing one up, have it as a project, you know, save money, go back out there, work on it, and I have something for y'all. If y'all have, what kind of cars do y'all have? If y'all can drive, what kind of vehicles do y'all have? Me, I am stuck driving my mom and dad's car right now. But eventually, and that's just it. If this YouTube channel never takes off, I don't care. I'm just doing it for fun, really. To get out there, you know, a little. Oh, and if any of my friends find my YouTube channel, what's up? What y'all been up to? And for crying out loud, I need some of those. See, that's why I didn't save any of those, really. But these. And these look really nice. That red and that silver. Oof. See, that's what I don't get. Why won't they let you paint the motors? Like, that's paint right there. Like these parts, they should have let you do is make it to where you could paint these. Instead of this red, make it to where you can paint them blue, green. I mean, you could have came up with some crazy designs if they didn't limit you. Like, this motor cannot go in this car, or this motor can't go in that car. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make it to where any motor can go with any car. Because really, you can make us... You can do that. I mean, you can put a... I did see those other ones have numbers, but are these better right here, or are these better? Because I honestly don't know. And if y'all have ever played this game and I do know, please tell me down in the comments below. Time to flip her over and go back to the other one. Flip that. Right there. Engine. Hold on, I want to know what part these are. That way I can go get a few. And this is something I'd buy in bulk. Like, I'd buy a whole bunch of these because when you build motors, you're going to always need that part. I believe I went past it because that's that. Right there. That's right. But, oh, we're probably going to need some of those as well for the top. I think this one has cams that go in the top. But I do know, you know what I mean? But honestly, the favorite thing I like doing is when it's like going to the races with my dad. Hearing that those cars, how like them, and it's dirt racing and stuff like that. The dirt track we have here in town. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. And but it's loud, but the smell. Ah, that smell. Guess I don't need any of those, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, I got one for y'all. If y'all have y'all, I wonder if you could do this. And now I don't know this, but y'all might. Can you supercharge a 2JZ engine instead of turboing it? Now I know they already got it to where you can turbo them and you don't have to do any work. It's just that you've never seen I don't think nobody's ever done that. Put a supercharger on one instead of a turbo. That, not that it quite matters that much, but hey. And yes, all that rust will be coming off because now I have this. Got the click of the button. I wish working on cars was like that. Who else? Guess they don't do the doors and some things. I'll see if I can fix that stuff on the paint. I was wrong. It don't have anything that goes away. Maybe it does. Yep, I knew I was right. Okay, that's right. Yeah, because those are lifters. And I think those were lifters, but I'm not sure. My dad knows a lot about cars, and I know pretty much almost nothing. I do know how to change the oil. Yeah. But I also had some fun going to my grandparents, though. Especially when it was just me and my grandpa. No, because when we were bored, we'd go actually ride around. He'd let me drive. It was way out in the countryside. We'd actually go ride around. Sometimes we'd go over to my, well, he used to be my uncle, but he ain't anymore. We'd go over there. Then I'd, would... Sometimes I used to drive him a lot of places because his eyesight started going. And after this one time, he scared me so badly because it was not a, it was it was something that looked like a Tahoe, like one of those kind of cars. Like it had the, man, I can now think of what they're called. Almost like an Escalade, they did that big front end and stuff. That day, I actually told him to scoot over, and I actually got out, and well, I hope this don't make nobody else get sick, but threw up. Because he actually went over it almost on the very last second. And my grandpa is, he's complicated, really. He's a good person. But he can also be a bit stubborn. But who ain't? That's a B, but it says nothing about B. If it did, oh my goodness, I'm telling you, they need to fix that writing. No, I was right. Those could be different. Those could be, what the difference is. And no, I do not need glasses. I can see really good. I bet you those other ones were. Guaranteed those are it instead of these. Oh no, those are M something. Right there, I got them. Too bad. If I had another block already built, I would love to actually make it to where one of them, like, see how much power you gain. Oh, I am so putting those on. I'm going to put one on each side of the front. And this car I'm actually going to keep because I am a huge fan of the Supra too. But the Mitsubishi Eclipse, man, I don't know what it is, but I like about it. I like it. I'm talking about the older ones. Now, what Mitsubishi needs to do is get their butts out of their and get back in gear and get back in the fight. They need to do a redesign of the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Get rid of its weight, make it more skinnier, make it how it used to look on the older ones, and then, but make it more aggressive. And how they could do this is one, boxer engine. Put you a little boxer engine in like the Supras now, but don't make it look like the new Supra. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you might like it, but I do not. I am not a big fan of the newer Supra. That is why I'm so glad that there's big support out there for the older ones. You know, a lot of aftermarket support. Listen, if you have a Supra and you think about selling it, well, think about the cons and the pros. Me, if I ever had my Mitsubishi, I couldn't sell it. I'm sorry, I could not sell that car. I could not. I couldn't. Didn't. Now, the one on Fast and the Furious, I'm not trying to put them. Well, the paint job wasn't that good. The orange Supra had a nicer paint job to me, but I did not like the sticker. They should have done paint instead of a sticker, but it was back then. A lot of people don't put that stuff on their car anymore, like make it that way. I'm going to go ahead and order some more of these because I do have a few more cars I want to do this to. And now we're going to put that top on that I saved from the older engine that was in there. Oops, never mind. Then it's going to have that loop up there. But, sorry I'm talking your heads off. But, we had some fun as kids where we lived at. We actually lived by a farm, and they had a well, and we actually would take a piece of wood, and that farm would make it to where that well would pump in like water in and stuff, and basically no water would escape, and we would, oh my goodness, it was so much fun. But what was really crazy is the pool we had where I live now, because it was uneven, the ground was, and basically my sister's friend was on one of the floaties, like a lay down floaty thing, and the water started tipping out of the other side, and it just kept going and going. We tried to, and oh my goodness, she went right over the edge and onto the ground. Oh my goodness, we had to get that thing. It was not easy. How much water was in it? It was because it was like one of those aired up ones. We go, oh my goodness, are you okay? And she goes, yeah. And she starts laughing. And she goes, I'm going to be feeling that tomorrow, though. And that, oh my goodness, it was hilarious. I'm sorry if you come across this channel. I am so sorry about what happened, but it was too funny. Tell me anything that's funny that it's happened to y'all. And, I mean, but the reason why I don't really like having that one corner thing right here is because I like y'all seeing the game, you know, more than my face. Well, at least that's how I like it when I watch somebody on, like, doing a gaming video. I don't like, you know what I mean? If they have their face in the corner and it's a game I really want to watch, like that one, it's only for VR, that's just, oh my goodness. I think they should have made it for everybody. Because what I feel is they're trying to, it's like they're splitting up gamers between people it's like it have a whole bunch of money and it can afford the VR and people that can't. You know what I mean? I feel that they should have made it another way that you can play it. Like, for an example, how hard would it have been for them to make it to where you could use an old PlayStation 3 controller, the move ones, and use your phone? Like one of those, you know what I mean? Because anybody can get their hands on those. How hard would it have been for them just to make it to where you could use that stuff? Because I have one sitting right behind me, and if they did that, I would actually be playing it. But since the VRs are at $400 and something, or even or even $3, that's just. Listen, if you read the name of my gaming channel, now the reason why I came up with it was like I wanted it to be a name that's like meant like like a budget, you know what I mean? And that's why I came up with that. Now, and here's the thing, I mean, anything over $2.99, I think. Okay, if it's at $2.99, you go like a little bit over that. Okay, yeah, it's still budget, I feel. But anything like $3 and up, hey, my graphics card, not budget. How I did that is my birthday is near Christmas, so what I got was birthday and Christmas money, and that's what I got. A graphics card, an RX 5700 XT. But and I enjoy it. It's the RX. It's the FXF RX Thick 3 graphics card. Oh my goodness, I like that thing so much. Being able to go up to Ultra at 1080p, you're probably putting down in the comments, or if anybody comes across this video, you'll be putting down in the comments. That's a 1440p graphics card. Why'd you buy it for 1080p only? Well, one, for it to last a long time. When I buy something, I'm wanting it to last for very, very, very long time. I want this thing to last for at least 7 years. That's what my goal is. 7 years. Anything over, it's money back in my pocket. The way I see it. And here's the thing. I'm sorry, but the 2080 is a ripoff. The 20, all of the Supras, ripoffs. Now the 20 Super, the 1650 Super, not a ripoff. They actually did some pretty good changes to that 1650 graphics card, the Super, and that's a good computer. Say you have a pre-built computer back at your house and it has a place for an expansion slot, like a graphics card. All you have to do is upgrade your power supply and make sure, but also make sure you can upgrade your power supply and make sure it ain't just for, that one. And there's also other ways around it. If y'all want me to do like a video and showing y'all different ways to get around graphics card support for pre-builts and stuff, let me know and I make that video, because what I do is I buy this adapter and then I use my 1050 as an example. I'm pretty sure 1050 ain't that much power. I'll make sure before I do it. I don't want to. Okay, see, I actually have a 16. I actually bought an HP pre-built desktop. It's an HP. It's a 6th generation i3, and it's a really good computer for somebody to turn into a little gaming computer. What I do is use that to play Fortnite, like EA Sports and stuff like that. Like Fortnite. It probably could play League of Legends, maybe. I'm not gonna say it definitely. I'd have to test it out. But I'm pretty sure it can play Fortnite. People are telling me that Fortnite is dying. Is that true? If it is, please tell me in the comments. But right there it is. No, that's the video. I know you guys are probably like laughing at me, like how I keep missing this belt or whatever. Is it this right here? No, okay, let me look at this daggum thing. It almost looks like a little teardrop, really. It's on its side. I'm going to go down to these and look real quick. Now that would make me upset if it was one of those, but it don't look like that. Wait a minute, I think I vaguely remember something. Let's go back in the engine. I'm making sure I'm in engines. I don't think that's it. I'm gonna go and get that one. I think I already did. I know for a fact that one ain't. Okay, that's it. I did not see the A. I admit that. Oh, we finally got that. Now, let's go get the distributor and the distributor cap. Yes, I actually know what that is. Score 1 for the person that don't know much about cores. See, I don't know. See, that's a 4. If that's better, like when you get those, then getting where's it? I know these right here. Then these, and please put those in. Tell me in the comments. But then that's still the same. Now that I look at them. Okay, what does this one? No, that one's more like bigger. And I know we need those clips. I should have some last time I checked. I must have used them. It's been a while since I've been on this game, really, guys. Once I had to redo my computer. Basically what happened was is we had a storm. Well, basically lights went out, and it equals my computer doing update equals corruption equals me having to do it all over. It made me upset. I'm back to start looking and seeing if I can back my games up onto like I cloud service or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know this video is going to be really, really long, and I'm so sorry. If you do watch it all, I appreciate it, and if you want me to make these videos shorter, then what I would do is split it up into parts. There we go. Let me see. It looks like everything to me except for the transmission. I gotta bring my little crane thing back over here. Wait, no, wrong engine. Huh, you can add those now. Okay, that's a newbie. Well, this game did have to do updates. So I was like, what? It's gotta do all these updates? See, I planned on doing this video, well, last night, but it had to do a whole bunch of updates, and so I'll let it do its thing. You gotta wonder a few things. This thing don't even have a turbo or anything like that. So is the other motor faster? I mean, I know it's a you know, it's at least a V6 and stuff, but well, a straight six is actually what they call them. Is that they do still call these straight sixes, right? But I really do want to try to get a car to start with the channel as well. Like, you know, me learning how to work on a vehicle. Now, if my dad is going to be in the video, but you won't be able to see his face, I'd ask you to please appreciate his privacy. Because that's how it would be. It'd be like something that me and my dad are doing. But I'd also, you know what I mean? Because working on vehicles, he knows how to work on the older ones, but I would want to get into something a little bit newer. Something in between old and new, you know what I mean? Something that has some electronics, but not a lot. She's going up in there. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking about getting rid of that baby balloon. Put that on. We're gonna go with... Oh no, I gotta put that, wait, wrong place. It's right down here. Alright, why did they separate their transmissions from the motors? Why not just put it all in one place? And it's 14 is what we need. That's surprising. I thought it wouldn't be that. That's a 14C right there. That's what we need, but I want to see if we can do any other transmissions. This is how you, I gotta figure out stuff like those two. Nope, just that one. Darn. See, that's what I mean. Like, if they could make it to where you can do like if any of those other transmissions should have been able to work, they should do that. They shouldn't limit you. I know you can basically do motor swaps and stuff and go into that one thing, but still, it should have been in the get-go from the beginning. And I'm sure that pipe right there, they do have it in these good ones. But thought it was that. No, was it? That could be that. Oh, I think I got. No, I don't know that. See, if I could, I would want to straight pop this thing, make it louder, and get rid of a lot of the these diffusers. I cannot say that word out. But you can't even do that on here. Now, these are just complaints that I have about this game, and I know I'm nitpicky, but hey, This is stuff we should be able to change because it's a car mechanic simulator. It isn't it isn't restore car mechanic simulator. It's car and mechanic simulator. You're not supposed to have. You don't have. You don't have to. What I'm trying to say is, basically, a lot of it is just restoring it back to how it was. I want to make it to where this thing, I want it to be loud, proud, and muscle it up. You know what I mean? Make it. You know what I mean? I know I gotta put that headers on there. That too. So let's lower it down. Headers are swung up. Like, come on, really. And that's another thing. Suspension. Where is it? Is that an add-on that I gotta buy? That's not right. When you give me this, right here, you should give me all of these. That's a ripoff, I feel. Oh, well, you can see what I'm talking about. When you get this, you should get all of these right here along with the stuff for underneath and all of it. Now, I did buy, I think, one add-on, and that was, like, for, like, where I could get the boxer engine, because that was with the, shoot, I gotta remember, the, Porsches and stuff, but that's it. Yeah, headers are in here, that's what I thought. Let's see if they got here, okay. But and that's another thing I like about PC. I like console too, don't get me wrong. I like PlayStation. And I like Nintendo. Nintendo, you got me started in really playing games. Your GameCube, thank you so much for how much of that thing was. If without that, I would have never got started really in the games. My dad had an Xbox, I just wasn't that into that Xbox. I was a kid at that time. I wasn't even starting school yet. That GameCube. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Nintendo. I appreciate it. The next thing I bought was a Wii. Right after that GameCube, I bought the Wii because we were going to buy a PS3, but they're too much. When they hit you with that, it's, well, what? Wasn't it like, four, I think 5, or wasn't it like, no, it wasn't. I gotta remember how much it was, but my dad was in shock. Let's just put it that way, of how much it was. Let's see if we can bring a little battery back. Bring that over there now, since we can. I know, I'm just messing with you. You just go into that to fix more stuff. That's okay, let me see. Yep. Put battery in. Intercooler. And how do I know a lot of these parts? I watched YouTubers. When you hear the same stuff over and over, I got a good memory. I got him. Okay, if you've never seen Jeepers Creepers, go back and watch Jeepers Creepers 1, Jeepers Creepers 2. Now, the third one, they kind of fumbled the movie a little, how they did it. I didn't really care for it. But those first two scared me. And I was like maybe 7 when we watched Jeepers Creepers. The very first one, or I was like 5 when we watched the first one. I was so scared I didn't want to move that couch, and guess what? That's what my mom wanted. She did not want me moving. She got what she wanted, alright. 17, okay. I'm gonna go to you. 17s. 94. Okay, and then this, we're gonna go with these. 17s. 4. We're gonna go with. And then tire pressure. Is that the lower we can go? We're gonna go one up on tire pressure. And that's another thing. I wish we could also lower the vehicle. Like the stance on it and stuff. Now, I know I've watched the videos on people doing it, but there's just so much stuff you have to do to make it happen. Huh, I thought those would look a lot better than what they do. They don't look good on that car. I'll put something else on there. Yes, it takes me a while to put rims on the vehicle. I go through them like, hold on, shit. See? If I don't like it, it don't go on. Let me see. No, that ain't going on. No, sorry. We're gonna do a little bit more aggressive look. We already got the tires. Well, yeah, the tires. We just need the rims. I want more aggressive. I thought that would look a lot more aggressive than what it did. You would think I'd go with something like that. Nah, I'm gonna go with my old classic. These right here. 17s. But I will always, I mean, Fast and Furious honestly is what got me in the cars. And I'm hoping that one day when y'all have kids, y'all sit them down and let them watch all the Fast and Furious movies, because someday, it is sad, but Fast and Furious is gonna have to end. Or they can make different characters, like they could have kids and then they can start making it happen with the kids, like. What they need to do is, they need to come out with another Need for Speed movie. Or what I'd like to do is come out with a Need for Speed TV show. How I'd do it is make it to where kid's dad, well, basically, he robbed banks for a living. Kid did not know. He thought his dad was just a mechanic. No, that's what he did on the surface, but then his other job is where the money came from, the good money. And his dad started teaching him how to drive when he was just 8. By the time he was 10, he could drift a car between a gap only, like, basically he taught him what he knew, and he was, by the time he was 10 years old, he could actually take the car out and have fun without getting arrested, because, well, without the police seeing him, because he knew back roads, then when his dad got arrested when he was 15, and he was working on a Nova, the police came in there, took all of it. The Nova, everything. But basically it was like stolen money, you know, that's how the police got him on it. And his aunt was a lawyer. Basically, they wanted him to turn the people in. He told them they couldn't because of his kid, you know. And so the dad kept his lips shut. She got him some years off of his sentence, but mainly the son was going to be 21 by the time he got out. And now, this car is going to be painted, and then I'm going to basically take those wheels off after it's painted, and paint those a different color. Let me see if I can get these doors. Like, what happens if I try to paint it? Well, what happened to the doors? I know what color I'm painting it. It's just that I gotta get it just right on that color. You're painting it purple? No, I'm painting it blue. That rust will probably stay on there. Let me see. If the rust stays on, I'm gonna go fix the rust. Yep, rust stayed on. I know, I gotta fix tail lights too. Let's start doing it. Let's see, that did kind of have a few things, you know what I mean? And what I plan on doing with that is just selling it. If we're gonna fix that, we're gonna fix these tail lights. You know what? We're about to bring this thing back out. We're gonna put a few upgrades in it. I was just gonna keep her stock body and stuff, but nah. I figured we deserved a bit of a better car. I wonder what these are. The difference between putting these on your car and then the other. Because right now, all I'm seeing is stuff like Datsun and like the older muscle cars. Like, I really ain't seeing anything for that car I'm doing right now. Like, all muscle. Like, I think that's for Datsun right there. Then I'm not. No, that ain't for Datsun. No, that ain't. Let me just show you. I know one of these are for the Grand National. So I can't use those. So weird. Okay, explain the back arrow and home. Well, I put two things that do the same thing. For looks. I know, I'm nitpicky. So, done nitpicking. Super parts should be easy to find. I'm not talking about in life, I'm talking about in the game. I bet you they're difficult to find parts for those Supras. I'm pretty sure they're more at the bottom. I know, you can make this car look like Paul Walker's car from the, movie, but I'm really not wanting to do that. I'm really wanting to do my own little design of it. Well, it's easy to find the Honda parts, I'll give them that. Why not do that for Supra and all the other cars? My guess is I gave them more money. I know that's for the Eclipse and stuff. That's for the Evo. Are they really gonna, honestly, I think this is it right here. Please tell me they're not gonna make me eat my words. That's without Skyline. I would love to do a video on that too, but Nissan's the newer one. Come on, Supra. I think that was some stuff for the Supra, I'm pretty sure. This stuff might be. Hold on. There's an easier way to find this stuff. I'm not talking about typing it in, I'm talking about seeing what this looks like. Oh, I do got stuff for it already. Sweet, I got stuff for the door at least. No, I don't want any one of those in. Do I have any extra for this door? Yes, I do. Sweet. Nothing for that. That's... Nope. A hoodie. Okay. So, I kind of got an idea of how we can find it. We'll find it by the back of the Supra, how that looked. And I honestly, see, right here we go. I thought so. That's a suit. There it is, see? Hopefully this will let me put that on, because if it does, that's going to look nice. I'm so sorry, guys. My mom is calling me. She probably wants me to help her with something. I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry it took me so long. I am back. My mom wanted to ask me something, and now I got some food in my belly. I don't know. I may keep that. It looks... Okay, that didn't look like it had a big wing on it. It looked like it had a little wing. See? Then you got one that has no. You know, I am going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. And I really do like that right there. I do like those. And where's its other one? You got that one, you got to have another one. That has to be for a different car. That's confusing, because unless that won't work on it. Like that's for a different car. It could be. Yeah, it is. Okay. My bad. That would look cool if they made them that way, that white like that. I really don't care for the chrome look, but I'm going to go with those right there. And where's its other one? That's that one. You just buy the same one? But I thought that would just make two for one side. Nope. Okay, I think I might remember now. This card does not have all the parts in here, I think. Well, because think what you have of this one here. Where's the other one? Wait, there they are, okay. They're way up here. Wait, unless some of these parts right here, like that is for it, that... I don't know. I try that and this. Well, if those are for it right there, then what I might try and do is take that wing off and put me a different one on there. Wait, nope, that's all one piece. So those can't work. Yeah, that one. Let me see. I'm going with this one. It don't have none of the badge stuff on the back. There's one up in the corner too. I did not see that one at first, and I saw it at the corner of my eye. That one right there. Still has all that badging on it. I just don't really like the wing. I would understand if it's like, you know what I mean, you're trying to keep the back wheels down and stuff. Oh, that one ain't for it then, okay. I'm trying to get one that ain't got a wing on it, because, hey, I just don't really like either that. Either way, I gotta have one, so I'm gonna go with that then. Let me see how I like that. Wait, that does not... Oh, I remember how you fixed that. Wait, is that... I think that was a glitch. Now I'm gonna have to go figure out how to get that out. Let me see if that fixes it. Like reload, like in a reload. Yeah, it did. Okay, good. See, that's something they should fix right there. Is it gonna really stay like that? It might go away as you drive it though. Hold on. If I drive this and it don't, then okay. That stuff does make me upset, I will say that, but because who would want that like that? Let me see how that one goes. See, that one fits right. Okay, let me try that other one. They really should have polished this game back up a little bit better, like especially fixing those kinds of glitches and stuff. That's the one I got. That's the one I wanted to. Okay. Now let's see if it'll work any better. They're both. I bought the same one by accident. I gotta have to remember. Okay, that's a D. Those two are B's. Oh my goodness! I just I just figured something out. Oh, it didn't let me fuse it then. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one on there, and if it don't fix itself, then I will put the other one back on. Wait, it did it. Well, no, it didn't. Let's go ahead and get this thing back over there to the paint. Because I've had that happen sometimes, and when I drive it, it fixes itself. Wait, did I please? Don't tell me I put that thing out in the shed, the garage. You gotta be kidding me. I think I put that thing out in the garage. I'm checking someplace before I go out there. This is another car I was working on. It's in here. See, that's my Miata. I just gotta ping it too. Oh my goodness, I forgot you were in here. Yeah, that's my Miata. That's my car. That's how I would fix mine up if I ever had one. But you're talking about somebody, big dude, not a skinny person by any chance. I'd probably leave stretch marks on the dadgum car. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even have to lower it because I'd get into it and it'd probably go down about 4 inches to the ground. I know you're probably thinking you shouldn't cut yourself down, but that's just it. I was cut down so many times it just don't get to me. And hey, I just really don't care what people think about me. I only care about what I think about myself, and I think I look good. I understand. I know about that, and I will find those cars. But this, there it is, right there. You aren't there. Go back in there. Okay, now since we're out here, I'll go ahead and show you one. This when I finished up. See, that thing's faster than it looks. This one I am gonna work on, and this is another Supra, but it has the V8. I decided to do that one since I have that kind of a block. And this is my RX-7 that it does. This is a glitch right here, but I can fix that just by putting a motor in it. That is my V8 Nissan Skyline, and this is my little, well, my moonshine car is what I like to call it, because this is like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like that too. But Yeah, and then that is a car. It looks like Paul Walker's, but I'm probably going to convert it to something I like, make it how I want it. And I also have plans for you as well. And one of these, I like them as well. That is going to be a classic car. Basically, I'm going to play, yep, see. I like classic cars, but I like them to go fast as well if I got. Now, you saw two other vehicles in that other garage. I will show those off later, on a later date. Now, I will be now the reason why I'm holding off on reviewing my new headphones is, one, it is dark out right now. What time is it? Right now, it is 8:56. My phone now keeps going off. Too bad that did not fix the bumper problem. Well, I think we did fix it. Look. It went on there like, wow. Okay, if I just knew that trick, I would have done that a long time ago. Let's put her back in the paint booth. Let's get her some new glass. We're going to put some new glass in it, and we're going to put two new seats in it. Check those out. Put new glass in. If I wanted to get into racing, what would you say would be a good if you are a drag racer and you're into it, what would be a good car to start out in? Like one, it's like parts are not that expensive, budget, you know, a good budget street racing car. If you are into street racing, please help. Because I love this, to do that like every once in a while, take my car to the drag race track and race a few people. It's just gonna be for fun. It ain't gonna be anything like, you know. I'm gonna go with those. I'm hoping that those will. I don't think they're the right ones, but we'll see. We ain't even got one for that side. So we gotta go with those. Okay. I just don't care for that outlining of it. This looks like it was drawn, you know what I mean? Like a drawing of one. And I do actually want to do a slug bug as well. But I don't really want to go with that. I'm probably going to go with that, if that'll work. And if that will, oh my goodness, that would, but then you have that and that. I'll go with that. No, we're not putting that frame back on there. I'm going to try and find me one that's a little bit more style. How do I know what front end's compatible though? Let me see. That says it right there. I'm pretty sure I bought those cars already, but we're going to just see. That would look nice too. That one would as well. So, let me see if there's any. It's more down inside of the. Now I am going to see if I can do trim as well. But I don't think. Yeah, I can. It's right there. But why won't it let me take it off? Why won't it let me take the trim off? Hold on. Add. Are you kidding me? It won't let me take that trim off. That's not right. It should let me take that trim off. Let me go ahead and go back out to the garage. Let's see. Put you on the left. That's what I wanted to do, but no. There, lift. Okay. Lift it up a little. Let's see if we get to do that. I mean, I don't think you would, but... No, they won't let you take that trim off. Oh, that's sad. I wonder if there is one that can take that trim off. If there is, I'll do another one of these. Make it look a lot nicer. Sorry about that. My mom wanted to make sure that I was okay. So that ain't the same car. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna go back out here again. This works again, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe we just figured out either a trick, a fix, or a glitch. I guess my dad is... Ladies and gentlemen, that looks, I believe, a lot nicer. It's on there. Woohoo. And I like that low look. More like of a low. No, I'm not gonna put those headlights back in. I'm probably gonna have to get the same headlights because of how that body looks and stuff. That's okay. I'll make that sacrifice if I gotta get the same headlights. But what really upsets me is I can't use any of those. Let's find those headlights. I think that's it right there. Those ain't. Let's see. Alright, there are just two bumps in there, two big bumps in there. Now we're, what the there? No? That's 3. Is this something that's wrong with the car? The headlights ain't gonna fit right or something? Let me look at those headlights one more time. No, there are 3. Okay, I got you now. I got you. I know exactly which ones they are. Right here. I think they're these right here. I'm wondering if I can put some of those in there. Let's see. Nope, none of those. Well, that's starting out. By that. I'm just gonna buy all the headlights and see if I can, because here's the thing, if I can put these blacker ones in there, or even those ones with the white around them, that would be so nice. Oh, and I'm gonna need that. Okay, we got one for that, and none for that. Are there any more headlights down here? No. One of those have to be it. Either that, or that, or that. Honestly, I don't know which ones they are, so I'm just gonna get them. I know definitely it ain't none of those. Got it. And I already know I got the hood. No, I don't have the hood. Son of a gun. Alright, this car is starting to piss me off. I know it's a Supra and everything, but I thought that they would do more to it. I mean, come on, it's an iconic car. You should be able to take... I'm going to look at that one with the V8 in it, see if I can do all that. If I can, then I'll do another Supra, like down the road, and we'll really make one look nice. Now I gotta go through here and see if I can find me a good hood. That's probably the ones that's probably the ones for it. Or that is. Surprised it won't let me put those on, but okay. What I do is buy that. Oops, only one of those, huh? Okay. Put those back on. The only reason I'm putting this stuff on there is because of one reason. Scratches, really. Okay, those two are really bad. Okay, but I kind of have an idea of how to tell what the tail lights they are. They had a little bit of orange, like on the one of them. Hold on, let me see. And I wasn't going to sell this car, but now I am. I got an idea. If they don't all have it, then I can use that too. They do not. Right there, that's one. And I mean, I'm not, I mean, hey. Okay. Wait, I think I just saw it. I believe there it is. And that better not be for the same side. It is not. Let's get this thing painted blue and get all these windshields back in. The glass really ain't that bad. That ain't, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. That ain't that bad. Is the mirror bad? Yeah, the mirror is like yellow, so I'm gonna go ahead and do new mirrors. know what? No, I do need glass in this thing as well. That's for the back one, so that ain't that. Mirrors are right there, so I'm just gonna grab me those right now. I am just gonna replace all the glass because, you know, more appeal to the car. That's not glass for it because this is more. If that was not it, I'm just gonna leave the glass in. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. This is starting to a little bit upset me because it looks like that's the part, but it ain't. Like those mirrors look really like the right mirror. Okay, it's these mirrors up here that I need them. I know there is a better Supra out there that I could do, but hey, I thought this was that one. You know what I mean? And it ain't. I may have an idea to get this thing a little bit more money. Wait, hold on. That ain't what I want. That's like a two-tone right there. That's what I'm looking for. I want that right there, but I don't want it to be a purple. I want it to be like a bluish. It's like a light blue, but nah, I'll do it. Wait, that's what I've been looking for right there. There we go. I've never done one of those. It looks more like a wrap, actually. That's another thing I hope they can do in the next one is be able to wrap them, unless that's what that is. White oil. She is high performance. However, high performance, okay. However, high performance car, a circle with the straight six can be. Let's go see. So, do you think we're gonna A, knock the tires off, or B, do you think it's gonna grip and go? I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to be able to grip this road at all. I think it's just going to spin and spin and spin. And that's another thing they need to fix. They need to fix it to where you can actually race these cars. Like people, you know, you build them. Huh, it's kind of more torquey than anything. And nobody really can see that much. So let's fix that. If you don't know how to do this, just hit C on your keyboard and it'll bring you out to this. Yeah, it's more for drifting than anything. See how that's getting its power up slow, but it did stick actually at least, so. Let's see if we can drift it, because it's really, I mean, the power in it's really not there, unless you turbo it, maybe. Yeah, she can go sideways if somebody behind the wheel other than me drives it. But this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and please, if you like my videos and you want to see more, hit subscribe, and let's see where this channel goes. Let's see where this channel goes from nothing to something. And yes, like I said, I am selling this card. So 1,000. Okay, well, thank you so much, and have a nice day. Not day, but night. Have a nice night, and please, remember this. We're all going to get on each other's nerves, but that's your family. You do not know when it will be the last time you see that person, so please. Okay, what I was saying is, we all have family members, and we all get on each other's nerves, but you don't know when it will be the last time you see that person. So please, remember this. What if that was the last part that you did see them and y'all were in an argument? Holding a grudge is like also poisoning yourself. Just remember, you never know when it will be your last day on earth. So make it the best you can make it. Have a nice night.